and neighbors, and welcome. Today's video is a quick chocolate chip peanut butter bread recipe. The ingredients that we need for this bread include 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a cup of peanut butter, and I'm going to be using smooth peanut butter, and 1 1/3 cup of milk. And then this is not part of the original recipe, but I like to add 1 cup of chocolate chips. First thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 325 degrees, and then into a big bowl we are going to mix our dry ingredients, which include the flour, the sugar, baking powder, and the salt. This is a Depression era recipe. It was first printed in 1932. Ingredients during this time, some things were hard to find and other things were hard to afford. So a lot of recipes printed during this time used things that you would find in most pantries. Recipes were very simple in both the ingredients and the instructions. The instructions for this recipe is actually only 2 or 3 sentences. It's very short. But the recipes were meant to allow the cook to be creative with whatever they had on hand. If you had some chopped nuts, maybe some dried fruits, chocolate chips, you could add any of those to this recipe. So once we have all of our dry ingredients mixed together, we want to add in our milk and mix it in. And this is a very, very thick batter, as you can see. It was hard to use the electric mixer for this batter. I think next time I will probably just use a wooden spoon to mix it together. I think it'll be easier. Then we're going to add in our 1 cup of peanut butter. And then lastly, I like to add chocolate chips to mine. And so I'm going to mix them in now. If you try this and add other ingredients, let me know down below how that turns out. Maybe I'll have to try it in the future. But we need a well greased or buttered 9x5 loaf pan. We're just going to push our batter into the pan. And we're going to bake it in the oven at 325 degrees for 1 hour is what the recipe says. I set my timer for 45 minutes just so that I could check it, make sure the top of it wasn't getting too brown at this point. And if it is, you can just cover it with some aluminum foil. Bread all done. It's a very dense, rich bread. You definitely want something to drink with this. A big old glass of cold milk goes great. Maybe a cup of coffee. You can eat this warm straight from the oven. You can put it in the fridge and chill it. It's good that way too. You can toast this and add several toppings, whatever topping you want really. Jelly, Nutella, marshmallow fluff, honey, any of that would be delicious. I thank you all for joining me today. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.